Hey guys, how's it going? Thought it'd be neat to continue with some exhibition reviews, and one that really stood out to me this month was Alex Venezia at Arcadia Contemporary in New York City. I've been a big fan of Arcadia Contemporary for a long time. I remember when they used to be on Green Street back in the day, and the exhibitions that they had of the realists back then, like Michael Grimaldi, Daniel Thompson, just always blew my mind, the work that they would show. And Steve, who's the curator and owner, I think, of the gallery, is just, he's got such a great eye. And this show does not disappoint. This is probably one of my favorite shows in the last couple of years that I've seen there. And wanted to go through the paintings with you guys and kind of things that I was looking at that I noticed, things that really stood out to me that I'd share with you guys, and just wanted to kind of showcase this really amazing living artist that we all can learn from. So I went to the website first, Arcadia, and one thing I noticed that, so this has a pretty good image. When I kind of zoomed in on the images though, on the site, they kind of got a little blurry and a little bit of kind of artifacts with the JPEGs. Not a problem though. You can still see a little bit of the texture and the color. But I did a little bit of research and actually decided to go on Alex's website. Noticed that his images of the paintings were a lot better. So I thought I'd kind of go through the paintings that he has on the show and just kind of marvel at them, because I really think that they're really impressive stuff. So let's do first a heavyweight 26 by 32 oil. This is beautiful. Very kind of old school Pilgrim kind of vibe, except for the house in the far distance. I love that he's painting a landscape at the same time as painting a kind of contemporary version of something that's kind of more traditional, you know. But even like the landscape to me is very contemporary in this. You know, it's not your traditional horizon line kind of picture. There's kind of a landscape here and then a landscape here that are kind of separate, but they're unified by the sky, which is kind of neat. And I love what he does, and I'll probably talk a lot about this, is his layering of how he kind of does this loose brushstroke, scrubby kind of quality within his kind of block-ins of the stuff, of everything. And he has kind of the canvas kind of come through a little bit. We can see a little bit of the imprimatura that he's doing. Pretty amazing stuff. I want to get a hold of his palette and play around. It's really, really, really neat. And then when he gets up to the lights, which is like this idea of fat over lean that we always talk about, you can see how the paint is a little bit thicker in the lights. And then he leaves these kind of beautiful brush strokes. And in the shadows, he kind of scrubs in his darks over top of, again, an imprimatura that is like a yellow ochre, burnt sienna vibe. I'm not quite sure exactly what that color is. Probably burnt sienna. I think that Rembrandt makes a version of a transparent red oxide. That also might be it. We'd have to ask Alex someday, maybe. Hey, Alex, if you want to come on to my channel, it'd be great to interview you and talk about your technique someday. I've met Alex a few times, I think, at Portrait Society, and really be cool to chat. Love this transparency in here. You know, and even like these cool scrub-ins of the gray up against the warm. Really beautiful. And that's not even getting to the figure yet. The figure is really well done. He has this kind of optical red outline on the elbow here, and you can see a little bit of the texture. Reserving a lot of the texture for the lights. Very cool and very stylized kind of figure in here. Really neat. Kind of has a Alan Feltus vibe to it, to me, who used to show at Forum Gallery. And just a little hint of gold. Very beautiful work. Let's go to the next one. This is, I'm going to actually go to it, Girl with Pillow, Dreaming, 18 by 12. So kind of a nice little small petite painting. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, see how like you can really see the color in color. Really beautiful broken color in here. Again, it'd be really interesting to see his process. I'm going to look up some videos on how he paints. I love these kind of loose brushstrokes in here. In the pillow. Kind of has the vibe of those old school Dutch collars that we see in some of the old masters of the Dutch masters, like Frans Hals. The color in the cheeks, this little stroke right here is beautiful. Beautiful soft transitions into the shadow. Really incredible. Again, thicker light paint. I love this shoulder that's coming forward more than the rest of the face. So the face is kind of slightly darker, but she emerges out of the light, and we see this shoulder that has a lot of texture on it. Very nice. Very, very cool. I wonder if it's painted on. I don't know if I saw if it's oil on wood or not. Let's look real quick. Just oil. I'm curious if it's on canvas or on wood. Again, we can kind of see at the top, a little bit of what I'm guessing is the tonality of the paper or the panel before he started painting. Very cool. Let's go to the next one. Kind of a figure by the ocean kind of vibe. I won't say cake by the ocean. Okay, I said it. Very cool. Just beautifully subtle daylight poses, daylight color on these figures on the beach. Kind of that old school, what would we call this? Would it be called like post-contemporary neo-romanticism? How about that? Definitely romantic. You know, I don't know the last time I've seen two women nude by the ocean or in an inlet. Again, the landscape's painted very simply and beautifully. You don't need much. And the texture, I really want to see these in person, actually. Really be really cool to see how this is all built up. These warms and cools in the ocean here. Really nice. And the figures are beautifully done with these grays. And then he pulls the chroma into the lights. Awesome. Just masterful. Great work, man. All these paintings kind of have a little bit of an emo vibe to them, which I dig. Again, the hand kind of emerging into the light. Look at this blue and pink and yellows. You know, just like we have in our own skin. It's pretty awesome use of broken color. I've been talking a lot about broken color on my channel, so this is a great example of that. And just the softness of the eye in there. You don't need much, again. Very cool. And I love these the textures, and my favorite part is this little blue stream of light on her hairline. Very cool work. Next we have the piece that was on the cover of the Arcadia site for the website for the show, and much better representation here. We can see a lot of the texture. See that stroke right there? If you guys can, I believe the show is open until March 30th, if the paintings haven't been sold already, which they're probably already sold. And I think after a painting sells at Arcadia from an exhibition, I believe the collector kind of picks it up right away. I could be wrong about that. But if you guys can see these in person before they end up in private collections, definitely go and do it. Very cool. Again, scrubbing over top of this part. I love how he leaves areas unfinished. And again, the subtlety of the eye. There's no hard edges in any of this. An edge can't be soft enough. Very cool. And great composition too. How this kind of leads you into the figure. Awesome. Oh, can't miss that tablecloth. Check that out. Very cool. This is probably one of my favorites in the show. This and this one. Pretty awesome. So at the end of the day, we hung out at the beach, heard the ocean in the shells, and now we're going to walk home. I love it. Very cool. So we had daylight. It's like dawn and dusk. Those greens in the skin are really beautiful. And again, with the simplicity of the sky over top of the brown, peeking through. Beautiful work. I love that little light right there in the house. And the weather vane. Can't forget the weather vane. Cool, what do we have next? Cool, so a different time of year. And I don't know if you guys have I'm sure you guys have been skiing. My wife and I have been going to Telluride a lot. We have a friend that we visit up there all the time that we paint with. And so we see this kind of color tonality all the time because it snows up there a lot. but you can see the beautiful sense of light. The way clouds and snow kind of react with one another, really beautiful on the skin. Beautifully done. So, woman looking away. Very cool. Oh, I forgot to kind of mention what these are different sizes are. So this one's 19 by 25. This one's 12 by 12, small little gem of a piece. 40 by 32, so they aren't life-size figures. Winter's Wake, 19 by 17. Eclipse, 21 by 15. Which I like this. I like the kind of the red of the elbow. Very neat. Kind of has an Aikens vibe to it because of the brown tonality and the way this like is scrubbed in here. The way the bench is kind of scrubbed in. Very cool. Let's go back to 14 by 12 blush. I like this a lot. I love just the hand crop right here, coming in that blue up against that skin tonality here. Epic, like just beautiful. I love the texture in the skin, the hair color. Another great piece. And again, so soft and subtle. Look at that. Very cool. I think actually this piece might be at the Scottsdale Artist Week, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw photos of that exhibition in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I think that Arcadia is there, and I believe that this is the piece that they had of Alex's there. Very cool. Let's go back. Oops. Getting ahead of ourselves here. Just so we see the size. So this one, again, is 14 by 12. 19 by 13.75 inches. Oil standing outside the doorway. This is very cool. It's like a nice interior. Still have a figure in there. Kind of through layers, almost like a Vermeer piece. Beautiful. Oops, let me get the sizes. Seated near the window. Beautiful. You know, when you paint a white blouse, it's never white. It's reflecting light from somewhere within the room. And you see how blue this is. But also where it's slightly sheer, you can see some of the pinks of her skin coming through. Awesome. Very, very cool. Look at that. So much to learn about color here. And her fiery hair. Beautiful. Again, subtlety with the light as she's turning into the shadow, into the depth of the piece. Beautiful. In a chair. Kind of reminds me of early Jeremy Lipking pieces with he always painted a woman in a chair. Has this kind of wooden vibe to it. The hands again. Great work. Let's go back to the main section. We have Portrait Against Blue Sky, 8 by 10. I love looking at the texture in here. Again, subtlety in the shadows. More information in the lights. And I love the grays that are here that are all patched in. Beautiful drawing as well. And I feel like this piece is there seems to be a little bit kind of unfinished thoughts that we can learn from as well. Very cool. I'd be curious to ask what type of brushes that he uses also. Is he using kind of stiff hog hair brushes like the Signet brushes? Very cool to like brush those in. And what type of canvas he's using as well. Awesome work. That'd be a piece I'd buy. Definitely. 10 by 8. Sunroom. Another light effect piece. I feel like a lot of traditional painters today are using these light effects. I know Nick Alms is using a lot of light effects. Where just like a sliver of light on someone in a bed. And I feel that that's something going on here a little bit too within this piece. These purples and greens working in their way. Beautiful. With the rimlet. This one's more at dusk. Again, that kind of neo-romanticism. This kind of has like a Bouguereau peasant girl kind of vibe to it. These look like, these pieces to me are beautifully done, but they seem like thoughts for maybe another piece. Like studies. How big is that one? So 15 by 12, so that's pretty big. This one's 18 by 14. Those are decent sized pieces. 10 by 8. Which one of these pieces is your guys' favorite? Oh, my favorite. It's hard to choose. There's so many. I think I love this piece, Blush, right here. Very beautiful. And I love this Portrait Against the Blue Sky is probably one of my favorites also. In the comments, guys, leave below what you guys think. Which piece would you guys buy if you could buy any of them? And if you can buy them and you have bought one, let me know. I want to see them in person. I'm in Albuquerque right now, so I can't make it out to New York in time to see the show. But hopefully I will get to see them in person someday soon. Awesome. So Alex, you're killing it, man. These are so beautiful. Great work. Thanks to Arcadia for putting on this exhibition and really being a champion for representational painting today. We learned so much by looking at these pieces, you know, and you're definitely one of my favorite living artists, Alex, and it's awesome. It's just great work. Thank you so much. Hopefully it was a sellout and you're killing it, man. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. If you like these reviews, let me know. I enjoy doing them. It kind of makes me see these paintings in a different light and really zoom in on them, and talking about things that are visual helps me to explain them to my students, to myself. Definitely opens a world for me on how I can get better as a painter as well. So I really enjoy getting to see these shows, at least online. And if you like this content, you find it valuable, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks again for everyone that's been supporting the channel through Patreon. It's been pretty incredible, the support that I've received on there, and I appreciate it. Also, we're going to do a raffle on the demo painting. Did it during my Scottsdale workshop. Have a link for it below. I'm going to have a link in the description to these links for the show so you guys can download these images or take screenshots to learn from. Thanks again for watching, and paint well, guys. Take care. Cheers.